Hello, welcome to the show. As some of you know, if you've seen my previous videos, I have been searching for a new daily driver, a new car, because my 1984 Mercedes-Benz 300D is just not really feeling up to being my daily driver anymore, especially not in the winter, and I need to take care of her. Now, I mentioned to you that the options for my new car were either a new Mercedes-Benz, a newer model than my 1984, a Volvo. I mentioned BMW, but I don't think that I was ever going to buy one. I was just kind of keeping my options open. And then the other option that I didn't tell you about because I wasn't so sure if I was going to buy it or not was a Porsche Cayenne. And as much as I wanted a Porsche Cayenne, and as many of them as I could find in my price range, there were quite a few that I could have afforded to buy, I just couldn't find the right one. And if I was buying a Porsche, I was buying the right one. So, I did not buy a Porsche Cayenne, and I did not buy a Mercedes-Benz. I bought this. So this is my 2017 Volvo V60 cross country. Now, even when I told you guys that a Volvo was an option for me to buy, the V60 wasn't even on my radar. It wasn't a car that I was even looking at. I always kind of saw myself buying a V70 or an XC70 or an older classic Volvo wagon. But the more that I widened my search, the more that I looked at this car, the more that it showed up in my searches, the more that I looked at it and then didn't look at it and then went to other cars and then came back to this one, I just kept coming back to it. And after a week of staring at this car, I finally said, you know what? I like that. I think that's the one. So I made the call, I made the deal, and now it's here. Seats in this freaking thing are so comfortable. The steering wheel is like the perfect shape, the perfect size. Feels a little bit sporty. The seats are obviously a little bit sporty. When you're in here and you're driving, it's very luxurious. And that's something that I'm definitely not used to in cars. So that's something that I feel a little bit too fancy, if that's, I don't know, it just feels like a little bit too much for me, but I'm enjoying the shit out of it, so it doesn't matter. I got places to be, videos to make, people to talk to. Holy shit. They just keep coming. Nice little jolt. The 0 to 60 isn't anything to write home about, but it's good. It's all right. It's adequate enough for my tastes and for what I like and for just my daily cruise around car. And honestly, 0 to 60 is not a factor for me when buying a car, whether it makes it good or not. It's just not a deciding factor for me. Now, for some spec information on this car, for any of you that are interested, this is a 2017 model of the V60, so it has Volvo's 2-liter 4-cylinder Drive E engine in it, which is a little bit more of a efficiency-focused engine, which is fine with me. It's putting out about 240 to 250 horsepower. It does have a turbo, and that horsepower range for me, I think, is perfect for a car guy's daily driver. I think it gives you just enough that you can still have fun in it, but it's not like overly powerful, but it's also not lacking in power either for me. I mean, that could be from me being used to driving 80s shit boxes all the time that take like 15 days to get to 60 miles an hour. But regardless, when I put my foot down in this thing, it makes me smile. So I think that's all that matters. Now, with this being a 2017 car in general, and also with it being a Volvo, safety is a pretty big thing for new cars, and especially Volvo. They've always kind of been up at the top when it comes to safety in vehicles. So this car has all of your obstacle avoidance, collision avoidance, your lane assist, your backup camera. And that leads me to the very, very minor things that I don't like about this car. And it's all of that stuff that I just said. The lane assist, I can't stand it. I do not like feeling like the car that I'm driving, as a car guy, is driving itself, or that the car is controlling me. I don't like that at all. So that has been shut off. The rear view camera, I like it in vehicles. I think it's a good thing to have in vehicles. I think it's a nice feature that has just become normal in cars these days. This one, however, I don't like the angle of it. The angle is kind of shit. So it's like when I'm looking at it, I don't really trust it. It doesn't feel like I'm looking at what's actually behind the car. It's just squished. It's not great. Oh, the sun decided to come out. I'm not exposed for the sun. Jesus Christ. Ooh, nice, smooth, freshly paved road. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I would like, and I'll probably do this in another video, I would like to actually test out this car's off-road capabilities. Not that it's, not that it's the most off-road capable car in the world, but with the all-wheel drive and the Halodex system and all of that, I would like to see how it works, see how it performs. This car's a little bit fancy, feels a little bit executive, I guess. But I'm not gonna treat it like a $1 million show car. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna drive it. I'm gonna pack shit in the back. I'm gonna use this thing the way that it needs to be used for me. So, thrashing it around in the snow, in the mud, in the dirt, I'm gonna try it. Just as much as I've always wanted to own a Porsche, I've always wanted to own a Volvo Estate. So, this is not the one that I ever planned on owning, but it still is that. And I love everything about it. I mean, look at that. And for all of you, I've seen a lot of videos about this car where people are complaining that it doesn't have, like, the button that closes and opens the trunk on its own. Like, I'm taller than the car. How lazy can you be? Anyway, yeah. Oh, this is the first time I've done this. The first time I've done this, like, Jeremy Clarkson sit in the back of your car thing. I mean, this isn't a Range Rover, this is a Volvo, but this is the same thing. You go park somewhere, you open up the trunk, you chill, you hang out, you look at the birds, the scenery. I mean, it's November, so everything's dead right now, but it's still nice. This is good. I always said that my Mercedes had the best, like, old cars in general, but my Mercedes specifically, to me, always had the best, like, trunk for sitting on. This has the best trunk for sitting in. Look at my little pull-out thing. Isn't that nice? It's good. I love it. Is this as cool of a car to drive every day as a 1984 Mercedes-Benz? No. Am I ever gonna love this car and feel connected to it the way that I do with my 1984 Mercedes-Benz? No. Is this car everything that I ever dreamed of owning? Did I even want a Volvo V60? No. But do I love it? And am I happy that I bought it? And am I gonna create some sort of bond with it? Try to find some way to make it mine? Have fun with it? Enjoy it? Absolutely. Somebody will have something to fucking say about it. Somebody will have something to tell me, like, those cars have this, and this wrong with them, right? Yeah, well, I bet I could find 15 things wrong with the car that you drive too. So let's not be like that. Oh, look at this. Look at this fucking asshole. I can't see shit. I can't see at all. That's great. That's lovely. That's wonderful.